Y'all already know it's your man's IRLnash back again like I never left. And if I did, call me Seth Rogen because I ain't made a good movie in a minute. Welcome to the Pokemon Center as always. Um, this video we're checking out is from the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn podcast hosted by Carmelo Anthony and Desus and Miro, the kid Miro. No disrespect on that. And they had Ja Rule as a guest. Ja Rule said something a little bit hot take-ish. So let's check it out real quick.
From day one, LeBron
That's
honed
LeBron.
his skills until he became the chosen.
Hey, bro, I knew that was LeBron when I
Got to
saw
see
it.
all he could do. Things would look a lot different.
That's
why-
crazy.
If you somewhat, in your late 30s, early 40s, and you came up in 2003 and you saw the rise of Carmelo Anthony, it was always, tied to LeBron James in the 2003 class and everybody in there.
Yeah.
When you come up with Ja Rule, you tie him to, 50 Cent and, and all these other things and the
That nigga said that all these other things. You mean that nigga destroying this nigga career? Is that what you're talking about? Whew. Last time I heard of that nigga Ja Rule, the next time I heard of that nigga Ja Rule, and the last time was at the Fire Festival. So I don't know. I don't know about that one.
competition he had with him.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's always like you had to be a 50 guy or a Ja guy. You had to be a mellow guy or a Braun guy.
But
right?
you don't
Like,
though.
You don't.
You don't though.
I'm saying the way fans.
Me, like both of them. Ja Rule was my favorite rapper when I was a kid because he was always on the radio. And you got to think, I was born in 94. So in early 2000, 2001, I was only 6 or 7 years old. So the only, and then I thought Ja Rule was DMX. So I like DMX because like Slippin' and all this, and like, got the games are being played, how's it going down? Like, them was my favorite DMX tracks right there. I wasn't a stop shop. I've never been a pump song anthem type dude. That's not my vibe. I like songs. I like things that have a little bit more meaning to them. But I thought that was DMX because at first they did kind of sound alike until you can differentiate them now as you got older. But again, I'm 6 or 7 years old at the time, bro, and I just like this nigga DMX got some shit that's cold. What? I mean, not what's love, but the shits with Jennifer Lopez, the shits with Ashanti technically because it was all Ashanti. It was never Jennifer Lopez, but you get what I'm saying, man. Fuck. And I like 50 Cent. 50 Cent was a dog. Everybody know 50 Cent was a dog, bro. I'm gonna just make my soliloquies quick so that we can watch the rest of the video. But 50 Cent was a dog. He ran it, G-Unit. To me, I was a Lloyd Banks fan, a little bit more than a 50 Cent fan. And I thought Young Buck had something that none of them niggas had, especially when you look at Tennessee music right now. In this day and age, it's like I would think that a lot of the newer generation or the middle generation, they grew up on Young Buck. And like that was probably and 3 6 Mafia, of course. I'm not trying to say, please don't crucify me. I'm just saying growing up listening to them. Not they was legends. 3 6 Mafia was always legends when we was growing up, but they came out later on as a legacy act. When they did like what is that shit? I gotta stay fly. Like they had already had their time in like the late 80s, early 90s. I was not born. I wasn't born at that time. So when I was cognizant and knew what was going on, it was the early 2000s. And that's when these influx of these type of artists came in. Nelly, Ja Rule, 50 Cent, Eminem, all these kind of like sing-songy type hook dudes. But they got like raps and bars that they can spit as well. And then this is my last thing I'm going to say before we continue is that Ja Rule at the beginning of his career was an amazing artist, bro. If you go back and watch Ja Rule and listen to some of his music, like, what is that? What is his first fucking album called, bro? I cannot think of it off the top of my fucking head. I can never get recall when I need it, G. Anytime I need it, I can never fucking figure it out. But even Cameron said, like, bro, like, his first album was cold as shit. I believe it was
Man,
Cameron.
see,
Have
but
saw it,
you
yeah.
really don't. And at the end of the day, you gotta kind of love both, or you gotta kind of respect both. You don't gotta love both. You gotta respect both. You
gotta
know what I'm saying? You
appreciate
gotta
both.
appreciate both.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Even in rap competitions and battles and beefs and shit like that. You know, I have a very different take on it than everybody does. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be my take. You know what I'm saying? He has a take on it. It was his take is. My take is unpopular opinion to everybody, but I feel like I was the better rapper. I felt like I made the better records. I feel like my records aged better still. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel.
The better rapper. I might say yes. The better song maker? That's tough. That's a tough one, bro. At that time period, 50 had shit. Like, didn't that nigga do like 800,000 or like 1.2? And like, didn't he do 800,000 and 1.2 million like first week sales? If I ain't mistaken. I don't think it's the same. He did numbers too. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying I don't think that's the same. But Ja Rule songs might have aged better than 50 Cent songs have. I might have to give him that.
Inside.
Yeah.
I don't know how everybody else feels.
My man,
You know what I'm saying?
shout
But
my man
that's-
Tax Stone,
yeah.
a viral clip when he came in and he said, "Not really."
Yeah.
When he said it.
Tax is tax. You know,
Right,
he,
but-
he feels how he feels or whatever, but people can feel that.
Right.
The reality is, it's whatever you want it to be.
That's
At
real.
the end of the day,
That's real.
because it's all entertainment.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course. I
And so I'm you know, I mean, until it's not.
I think most sane
you
people
should like both.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
I
you
think most sane
should.
people have grown to be like, I like both of these guys.
Yeah.
Like they both
Here's the
made
thing.
music
Here's
that
the
made
thing.
my childhood.
You gotta like both.
yes. Yeah.
Because one is an imitation of the other.
From day one, LeBron honed his skills until he became the chosen one. But what if the world never got to see all he could do? Things would look a lot different. That's why the LeBron James Family Foundation is partnering
Nigga, we
with
don't wanna
Indeed,
know that.
because everyone's skills deserve a
A
chance
terrible
to be
commercial.
seen.
Fuck, want to live in a world with no LeBron James.
In a lot of ways.
Explain that a little bit.
Well,
Is it because 50
like we-
started to sing on
like
his
we-
hooks too?
I mean, hey, I didn't say it, you did. But we started
All right, come on.
this whole show with talking about how I kind of ushered in that kind of melodic flow, melodic sound. I didn't start that shit. There's been rappers that did it before me.
Yeah.
You could go into Bone Thugs and Harmony, which they had a very specific sound that
sure.
nobody can do but them. You know what I'm
Absolutely,
saying?
for sure.
But you can go all the way back to who I give the credit to is Curtis Blow. Like he's the first artist that ever sang a whole rap record. You know what I'm saying? So
If I ruled the world.
he has to get the
That's
actual
what you talking about? If I rule the world?
nod for that. But what I say that
That's
I
Curtis Blow
created and what I
originally, right?
ushered into hip hop is the duet.
Yeah.
There was no before I did what I did. You would take a rapper and an R&B singer, and their mashup would be rapper sings 16 bars on the singer's record. That's it. Or R&B singer sings hook on rapper's record.
Okay.
Never was it I'm Real, where it was
That formula.
you're on
A
the
lullaby
hook, I'm
together,
on the hook.
yeah.
She got a verse, I got a verse. We're intertwining on the verses. It was never that until I created that. And the only reason why I was able to create that is because I wrote it. So I wrote the whole record, so I was able to write myself into these records. Where you're a young artist, you get the opportunity to write a record or write a record for Jennifer Lopez at the time. It's like, yo, I got to be on this motherfucker.
Yeah, that's
you know
good.
what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I got to be on this motherfucker, not just with a verse. You know what I'm saying? I need more. So in writing that record, I put myself in it as much as I could, and that became what people know to be today as the new hip hop R&B mashup.
That's respect, though.
Yeah,
But
and
that's
it
what
wasn't being
got
done
you.
until I
That's
did
what
it.
put
Yeah.
you right there
Yeah.
as the middle ground of
Yeah.
X and
And
DJ.
exactly,
Right.
but it also gave me my own lane to take off.
Absolutely, because there wasn't no lane at that point.
And so now here you have this other.
I think it was Irv Gotti. He when he did the interview, he said it might have been on the documentary actually, on the Murder Inc. documentary. He was like, you know, Ja came to my house mad one day, bro, and he just like, do I really sound like DMX? And I forgot what Irv said. He said, and I can't remember if it was Irv, but I'm pretty sure it was Irv Gotti. And then basically Ja Rule was just like, fuck it, I'm about to do this shit for the bitches. And he left. And that's when he started going down this pathway that he started going down.
Right? That comes out and tells the world that style is whack. Singing to these chicks and fucking having pop singers on your records, that shit is whack. And niggas said, yeah, you know what? That shit is soft. That shit is whack. He made niggas feel like they was tough too. You know what I'm saying? And so, right after he says these things, he comes out and does what? Sings on his records, does a bunch of records with pop artists. Now, I'm not saying that, listen, man, the formula is the formula. It's an amazing sound. It's not a, you know, it's still to this day, you can hear that sound and it's influential in a lot of artist music, not just hip hop. We could go to country, we listen to Shabuzi, anywhere you want to put it, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't cool for a motherfucker.
Calling Shabuzi country is like calling Clay Aiken straight. I don't think it's the truth.
To rap and sing on a record until I did it the way I did. Even when you take LL Cool J that did I Need Love, it was a one-off. And it was a big record. But I think even L was scared of that record. You take Method Man, he's on record saying it. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? That Method Mary
You're
record,
all
I
that
didn't
I
really
need,
want
I'll
to,
be
you know what
there
I'm
for
saying?
you.
I didn't want to do that. I was Method Man, Wu-Tang, nigga. I
Right.
didn't want to. That wasn't me. When I created Put It On Me, when I created these type of records, now
That was one of my
Put It
favorite
On Me, I'm
songs.
gonna say was the first record that niggas was really like
Yeah,
scared of. Like, yo, nigga, this is
that was my shit, bro. Oh, ooh, ooh. What would I with you without my baby? Don't nobody break me. Yeah, no, I can't lie. At that time, nigga would have started the song like that. It would have been like, all right. Bro, I used to listen to that song on LimeWire so much. I used to play Spyro the fucking Dragon #2. It was like, it might not have been LimeWire. It was a different, it was one before LimeWire. It was a downloading app or whatever we would call it back in those days. Before LimeWire. It still fucked up your computer though.
like, you know what I'm saying? This is a little different.
This is definitely out of your comfort zone.
But it wasn't.
Right.
Because I'd had
well,
I'm playing Spyro the Dragon 2, bro.
the comfort zone of other rappers. Right.
But so I'm after I say this, I'm gonna tell you I'm going a little deeper. Right. So, you know, I told everybody, I said, man, this is a dope record. Like I don't know anything else other than this is a dope sound, a dope vibe, a dope record. And so of course we ran with the record, we put it out or whatever. But my second album, when I made my second album, Def Jam didn't like it. They told me go make a new album. Like, Vinny Vetivici was very special because, like any other
That's what it
artist
was.
that does their first album, that's your whole life.
That's what it was called, yeah.
They say you
into
take your
that
whole life to
body
make that
of
first
work.
album.
It takes your whole life to make that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the things that you've been through, you've
Yeah.
seen, you got records on there about your parents. I got records about my pops and shit. My daughter, you know, everything. Your emotions are poured out into that project.
Yeah.
And then you become a professional.
And the hunger.
You on the clock.
Yeah.
So the love.
That's the thing. The hunger also is like when you that hungry at that age, it's like anything. You reach the age, I got real expectations of myself. Like I just want to put out good music that people fuck with. And if something happens in the zeitgeist of history, great. It might help me financially become stable. I'm never gonna reach the levels that these niggas did. I'm never gonna be Ja Rule. I'm never gonna be 50 Cent. I'm never gonna be, you know why? Because they was children. Like when you think about it, these niggas was 21, 22, 23 years old. They old now, but they was young then. It's like a lot of niggas, you don't get to 31 and make it to like 5-year foreign. But you see how lame that nigga is? Like, don't nobody want to be 5-year foreign, bro. Like, I'd rather just be me. I'd rather just work my regular ass job than be fucking 5-year foreign. If this is not me being like facetious. This is honestly like for the whole most of the children out there to not fuck with you no more just based off of how you act and your little homie. That's weird.
For it is different now.
Too
It's
old
not
for
like
that.
I get to sit back and create this thing that's so special and so, close to my heart anymore.
Yeah.
Now
You
it's
gotta
like I
sell
need
records.
this record by February.
Yeah, you got to sell records.
Gotta sell records.
Yeah.
And not even that. I need this project in a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I have time to sit down and do it. So now I'm understanding the game is different now. I'm a professional rapper. So I go out to LA. I buy this beautiful mansion out in LA. I was out in Nicholas Canyon. And I just started to see life different. Things were different. Everything was different. And so I didn't want to lie. I didn't want to create music that I wasn't living no more. I didn't want to create things or talk about the things that I wasn't actually seeing or being a part of anymore. So now you get a whole different sound when you out on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, in Beverly Hills and shit, and you seeing, you know what I'm saying, man, when you
Everybody
see it.
living it up.
You see it. You feel what I'm saying?
I
So now
feel that song
you start,
like
you start
I
to-
do.
these are the records that start to come from.
You do. I never heard the Stevie Wonder song, so when I first heard the Stevie Wonder song, that was the first time I ever learned to sample it. It was actually that song. It was What Do I Do? I mean, I Do by Ja Rule. And then my brother, he played for the first time the Stevie Wonder version of it, and I was like, Stevie Wonder out here stealing niggas' tracks? The same thing that kids do nowadays, bro. Like, I did the same shit. And it was like, nigga, it's Stevie Wonder, you dumbass. Like, this shit was recorded in the 70s. It was like, oh. I didn't know how to feel about that. When I first learned of sampling and when I first learned of music videos that they don't actually say the words and it's just fake. When I first learned music video, it was like learning wrestling was fake. I was like, these niggas ass.
That.
Right.
And so I make this project. I'm out there, shooting my movie and shit, shooting my first movie. I'm
Fast and
living
Furious?
life, man. It's different for me now. So I go back and take the project to Def Jam.
I think
They didn't like it. It was like, yo, I don't know what this is. This ain't Benny Bedevici. This is someone, and we don't want it. So Irv comes and he says, yo, Rule, I don't know what we're gonna do. They don't like the shit. So I told them, Irv's like, I told these niggas, it's up to Rule. I can't tell this man what to do with his
Right.
art. You know what I'm saying? And so I told Gotti, yo, nah, I'm not changing anything. This is the album that, I made, and when we gonna run with it. So we go back and we fight. We fight for this album. We put out this album. This album sells, what? I want to say 3 million records.
that's crazy.
And so from that point on,
That's
I knew
crazy, bro.
that I gotta trust my instincts. I gotta trust my vision. I gotta trust what I'm feeling as an artist, that, whatever the case may be. And that's how I lived through these projects. That's how I created the sound. That's how the sound came about. And it was very, like, when I'm talking to y'all right now, there was other things that were in that decision to change my look, you know what I'm saying? Because, after my first album, people were saying I, was trying to be Tupac. I was look like DMX, sound like DMX, look like Tupac, sound like Tupac. I'm like, yo, pump your brakes.
Yeah.
I'm me. And so the second album was also a conscious decision to say, all right, I'm gonna grow my hair out. Pac ain't got fucking braids. X ain't got an afro. This is what we going with. You know what I'm saying? And I grew my hair out and was on my Jimi Hendrix shit. Do-rags and braids
The
and
bandana on
half
the joint.
braids
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
half braids out, which also became a trend niggas was following and doing. So I'm feeling like this is me now. This now, I've created my carved my lane. This is me now, and that's how I feel like Ja Rule wasn't officially born until that second album.
Yeah, I feel it. Shit, shout out, Young Ja. I was, you know, I like when he give his insight. He don't need to partner with nobody else to make no more fucking festivals or nothing. But I like when he give his insight on shit, bro. As much as people want to make fun of him, he was one of the biggest artists for probably a 3 to 5 year span in hip hop, and you can't take that away from somebody. As much as you could be like, we don't like him after that, neither did I. But you can't take away people's accomplishments, man.